Anyway, I have the funnest idea. I hope you guys are going to like it. And maybe you've seen some of these things, especially over the winter. I would get ads. Of course, it might just be because it's something I'm interested in. You know how that is. But you might have seen some things like this. And when I saw them, I'm like, I'm not going to pay that for it, but I certainly could make it myself. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and turn you down. I'm going to try to keep an eye on comments as well. But if I miss you guys, I always, always, always go back and review them afterwards, and I will respond to you. I'm just happy when you're here. And if you're not catching me live, you're catching me on the replay, just let me know you stopped by even in the replay, okay? All right, I'm gonna turn you down a little bit right here. I hope everyone's been enjoying the event so far. I am a big time upcycler, and if you follow my page at all, you see them on there all the time. Especially after I moved. We moved here about 1.5 years ago, and I had things I loved that didn't work here. So I just decided to tweak them and turn them into something that would work. Either I changed the color or I changed something about them to make them so that I could still work because I decorate a lot. So I have upcycled so many things since I have moved here. So this is almost like my modus operandi. Is that the right way? Is it modus operandi? That's kind of how I roll. Okay, that's how we'll say it. That's how I roll. So this is just the cutest. Look at this. Look at this blouse. Okay, so I don't know who the maker is. This was thrifted. Oh, you all. Let's see. It's Jane and Delancey. I don't know. Anyway, I've never heard of that before. Hi, Stephanie. But it was the cutest little button-down blouse. This is not my size. Like I said, I went and I bought a bunch of different things because I had some designs. Hi, Jeanette. Some designs that I knew I wanted to use, so I was trying to find something that would coordinate with it, and this one was perfect. So I will, like I said, I'm doing this as a resale. So I thrifted this, and it's in perfect condition. No stains, no tears. I mean, that's what I look for. This one's nice because it even has one of those buttons there so you can roll the sleeves up and kind of make it look, even if you're trying to cool off, you know, that you still kind of look polished. Yeah, and it's just a really, really nice, it's thin, so you could even wear it, like if you wanted to wear like a little, maybe a tank, and then throw this on over it. If you're like me, I don't like to expose my arms and all that kind of stuff. So, unless I'm on the beach. But, so this is just a nice little it's going to be a nice lightweight throw. And as you can see, I did not iron it. I mean, this is not got ironed or anything yet. I believe I did wash it, and if I didn't, I will when I get done. I probably did, because when I get things from the thrift store, that's usually one of the first things I do. I don't know about you guys. All right, so we are going to use this, and what we're going to do is I am going to, on the back, it's going to be just a tiny bit challenging because I have one of these, whatever that's called, whatever that little thing is called. I know it has a name, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not a seamstress, so I don't know all the proper names. But we are going to put, I have some fabric. This is one of those fat quarters, and I have it in this color. Look, I've got 4 colors of blue, really. That's all blue. So that's the navy. That's more like a, let's see, not quite a periwinkle, but almost like, kind of like the Williamsburg blue. That's more of a little royal blue, and that's a little bit more like a, not really a robin's egg, but it's still got a lot of purple undertones, these two do, but it's a lighter blue. So I could work with any of those that I wanted, but I happen to have this one, and I remembered it. A gusset. Thank you, Jeannie. I had this in my stash, and I was like, I know I have a piece of royal blue fabric, because I use this kind of stuff when I would do, you know, something for patriotic. So we are going to use this fabric. I am going to put a design on here, and guess what the design's going to say? Tell me this isn't perfect, because this is, I couldn't have asked for a better fit. Who is, oh gosh, I forgot. Facebook is taking away our ability to flip, and so it's backwards. So let me tell you what it says. It says, what if I fall? Oh, but my darling, what if you fly? And that is Erin Hansen. That's the quote. So I'm going to put this on there, and then that's like a little bird, a little wire, just like we have here. See, we have birds on a wire. And then, I don't know if I'll put 2 birds or 1. We'll see. Maybe you guys can help me with that. Of course, there's another little thing. I'm not going to use that on this one, but I could. It says, find your wings. But I just thought that is going to be so perfect on here. So I'm going to ink this design. It's going to be permanent ink. ink this design on here, cut it out, and then I will adhere it to the back of here. And like I said, I do not sew. You could sew if you are that kind of person, but I am not. So I will be using fabric glue to put this on the back here. So for right now, I'm going to move my shirt out of the way, but you guys tell me, give me a heart if you think that is just not the perfect combination. Let me know. And I'm going to use white ink. Hi, Sherry. How are you? Jeanette, let me know where you're watching from. Again, if you just hopped on, my name is Susan. We are in an event. Thank you, Christy, for letting me be a part of this, because this is a subject that's near and dear to my heart. Anybody that follows my page knows that I do upcycles all the time. All right, so we're going to put this away. I'm going to put this over to the side for right now. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pull out. So in case you're wondering, because you're going to see a lot of this on here right now, in case you're wondering what I'm using, this is all chalk couture. It's a chalk couture transfer and a chalk couture ink. But I used to be a designer with them for almost 4 years, and I am not anymore. But that doesn't mean I can't use the products that I have, because you know I have a lot. So it's an easy go-to for me. I absolutely loved using the products. So you know, if I have a project idea and I think it'll come in handy to do it, that's where I default to. So what I'm doing is, this is an ink mat, so it's a sticky surface. You're from Texas. Well, wonderful. We got a couple of Texas gals on here. And our friend Christy is in Texas. Now remember, guys, if you're not watching in the Crafty Bunch, we'd like you to do that just because it helps promote the group out. And you can just so easily refresh the page to see the next presenter. So who did anything special for Earth Day yesterday? I am also a gardener and a plant lover, which, again, if you're on my page, you see that. I share kind of things from coastal North Carolina. So I love nature. I love photography. So I'm always taking pictures. I love to work in the garden. You know, so it's another palette for me. The garden is a palette for me. And I love color. So it's just a way that I can, you know, express myself in just one more creative way. So I'm just trying to get the most use of this. As you can tell, I have no idea what for, but I cut off a little. Yay! You can't find your heart button. Diane, find your heart. Aloha, Michelle is watching. Aloha. Okay. So I did get some plants, of course. I've been updating, you know, with my garden with some plants anyway, but I definitely encourage you, if you don't, at least, even if you don't have a garden, if you have a balcony or you have a place, get you some flowers. That will bring you joy. Okay, so all I did was, this is a sticky surface. It's going to hold on to my material, and then I can just kind of take out all of the little, look, I've got something under here. That's why I'm trying not to have any bumps in my, underneath the fabric, because it can affect my design. But, there we go. And I'm just going to smooth it out. It gets all the wrinkles out for me. So it's super easy. I've already cut these out. So it's going to be very easy and very quick to do this part. But then it did, you know, there's several steps involved. So that's why I figured I could. Newbie, I'm so glad. Yes, ma'am. It is going to be permanent on the fabric. I am using permanent ink, and I will heat set it, and then it will be ready to wear and wash just as normal. Uh-oh, I didn't cut it well enough. Hang on, guys. I missed a couple. You may ask any questions you want, and we are glad you are here. We have another Michelle. And Michelle, my name is Susan, and I am in coastal southeast North Carolina. All right. So these transfers are silk screens. So that's what makes them wonderful with being able to pick up all different kinds of fonts and you know, different designs and things like that, but it makes it a no-brainer, so easy. Oh, thank you. No, this one I did not DIY. This is from a fun little, I love to support local and small businesses. It's a sister group that's in Florida, and if you need the link, I'll find them later, to their site, but they do all kinds of tie-dye with Be Kind. That's like their motto, I guess. And hi, Sue. And they just do all different kinds of tie-dye, and I live near the beach. I grew up near the beach. And I'm just kind of like a hippie kind of gal. I wasn't a hippie. I wasn't born early enough to be a hippie, but I just like natural stuff, and I just love tie-dye. I just love anything with lots of color. So I can't take credit. My daughter tie-dyes. That's one thing I do not do. It's just too messy. But I'll get my hands dirty. Don't get me wrong. I get my hands dirty. I love getting my hands dirty, especially in the dirt and stuff like that. I don't mind doing that, or even working on other projects or whatever. But I just don't like tie-dye. She'll do the tie-dye, and I could put a design on it, but I just have never gotten into that. All right, so I am using permanent ink. I'm just using white, you guys. You're born and raised in Hawaii. I have been to Hawaii. What a blessing, Michelle. I mean, yes, I will send you that link later. And it's a sister group in Florida. They're really, I love them. I've been buying stuff from them for years. So, we were fortunate to go to Hawaii. Gosh, I need to look back and see now. I'm sure it's at least 10 years ago. It might have been more than that because I'm trying to remember. It was around our anniversary. We weren't there for our anniversary, but it was close. And we were able to we went to Honolulu and up to North Shore and stuff. And so mahalo. So, hey, Betty, how are you? So I would love to see maybe some of the other islands because I was surprised at how busy it was. I didn't expect like Honolulu to be, I didn't expect it to be like it was. So I'm excited that maybe one day we will get back over there to, we hear that Oahu and Maui are really beautiful. So I don't know which island you live on, and I love all kinds of culture. So I love to travel. Okay, now guys, I'm going to tell you this right now. This is permanent ink. So I need to get me one of my baby wipes because I've already got it on my fingers. So I always have baby wipes in my craft room. I just get cheap kind. It doesn't matter what it is because it's really just for my fingers or for my squeegee that I'm going to use. But I always try to keep something like that in here. So that was a brand new jar. I forgot I had bought a brand new jar, so that's why I had to open it. Now, I am not worried with this one. If you're worried about your clothing, put on an apron. Or if you have like an art shirt or something you don't care about. But I'm not worried about that. I've been doing this for years, so I feel pretty confident about it. Watch me mess up now. But if you're worried about your other parts of be very careful because it can stain, and especially where it's white. You'll notice I tried to keep a little bit of a border. I'm trying to have it kind of straight because once it's on there, I don't want to have to cut the top. I want it kind of straight, but I'm going to keep a little bit of a border because I don't want to cut it like right up to where the words are. I want it to kind of, be a square. So that's what I'm intending to do. So I'm trying to make sure I have it fairly straight. Okay. Then once I have it there, I'm just pressing it down. Oh, how wonderful for graduation season. I have several lays. And the good kind, the nice ones. I don't know if that's what you make or not, but we have the really nice ones with the little shells. My husband got the guy kind, and I got the ones with all the little shells, and they're in my bedroom. I love that. I love them. I love lace. Okay, so this part's super easy, guys. I am just going to grab one of my squeegees, which is a tool that I use to apply the tool that we're going to use to apply the chalk paste. I'm sorry, not paste. This is ink. This is permanent ink. So I just take it right out of the jar. You see? I just took it right out of the jar. I put it on the squeegee. Just be careful. Watch what you're doing. And then we just put it right over where the silk screen is. So yeah, I'm making this to sell. That's what I do is I kind of go and look at the thrift stores and find like nice shirts in either a design or a color or just a nice quality. I always try to get nice quality. I'm not going to buy a Walmart shirt. Now, I would do that for myself. I upcycle Walmart sweatshirts all the time. But if I'm doing something like this, I try to go to the thrift store and find what I need. And I cannot believe how fortunate I was that and I don't feel like sometimes when I'm looking for things like I have a wedding I'm preparing for that I'm doing decorations. I'm customizing things for. And I feel like I have been looking forever for certain things for months and I haven't been able to find it. It's not clothing, but things that I need for projects that I'm upcycling. Again, if you want to go back on my page, if you have not looked, I did in the middle of March, I did several projects for the bridal shower, and I just kind of started thrifting and then put it together and made it work, you know, made it into trying to make the bride's dream come true, what she was envisioning. So sometimes I get lucky, like this shirt that I'm using today. I couldn't believe how lucky I got. So as you can see, I'm just applying the ink. You just make sure you cover all of the silk screen. If you have questions, certainly ask me. Even though I don't sell this product anymore, I certainly can answer any questions you have about it. If you need a designer, I can point you in the right direction. But I don't. I left Chocolate Tour at the end of February of this year. I just decided the Lord had revealed to me that I needed to kind of pursue something different, and there was a few things that just facilitated that. So, yeah, but I'm always happy to answer any questions. Okay, so that's it. You just make sure all of your silk screen's filled in, okay? And then I'm just pulling off any extra. That's all. Just pulling off any extra. And you see, I'm not having to hold this because it's sticky. It's like a big sticker with silk screen, so it's wonderful. Now this I'm going to put aside for right now because I'm going to need this squeegee again in a minute. We're going to do some birds on here. So let me set that here. So you ready? This is the fun part. First thing I always suggest, watch, whether you think you have it on there or not, wipe your hands, because if not, especially if this was on the actual garment and there was nothing I could do about it, then obviously this is just a scrap piece of fabric, and you can do this on any kind of fabric. You love the boxy Walmart sweatshirts. Oh yeah, I love I do too. They're just so cozy and inexpensive, and lots of designs. I love them too. Before you go to pull it off, because if you touch, wherever you touch, you might drop it. Oh, that needs some more, y'all. Now look, I will tell you right now, I have my ceiling fan on, and that might have dried it a little faster. Let me push in here a little bit more. So what I was doing was I'm starting to pull it back. I'm going to show you the peel and reveal. Okay, but look, I can tell it didn't do it. I mean, it's not that big a deal to me because I kind of like a distressed look, but my ceiling fan might be trying to dry it quicker. I'm going to put it back down for just a minute and try to apply a little bit more, just to get a little bit thicker, because these are really thin letters. And like I said, most of the time that's not going to happen, but I did put my ceiling fan on because I was glowing, y'all. I was sweating. I've been out here, I have been going hard all morning, and I was out on my porch cleaning and putting everything back to right because the pollen is finally done. The pollen apocalypse is finally done, and I was trying to get it all back in order, and I was sweating. Anyway, let's see what we got. You know what, guys? I am fine with this. Look, if you have an area, this is only because this was brand new ink. This is only because of my fan being on. I should have thought about that. It will try to dry it out. So, but I kind of think it adds to the character. So you have to do it the way you want to do it, but I'll see, my fingers have got it on there again. All right. Let's do it. Okay, so now it has my design on there. Okay, I'm going to put this over to the side. I'm going to spray some water on it right quick. Just regular water to clean it until I can take it. I take these to my sink and clean them with cool water and a sponge. So what we're going to do is we're going to dry this really quickly. And I am going to move my ink out of the way so I don't do anything to get it where I don't want it. I'm just going to take my little mini blow dryer right quick and dry this. So if you have any questions, go ahead and ask me. You're doing the same thing? Oh yeah. So we washed it off a couple weeks ago, but I actually had it power washed. I'm going to look at you guys. I'll put it up for a minute while I'm talking. While we're drying this. This will only take a minute to dry. A few minutes to dry, not long. It has to be dry 100%. The ink has to be dry 100% to heat press it, to see make it permanent. Because if I didn't make it permanent, then when I went to wash it, it would just disappear. Now you might have a shadow, but it wouldn't stay. So I want to make it permanent, so I'll heat press it. And I think what I'm going to do, we had washed our porch off, but it hadn't been cleaned since last year. So, you know, we had some mildew and stuff from last summer that never got cleaned off. So I usually have it done in the spring after the pollen's all done. I have the house all power washed and all of the porches and everything. So that was done on Friday. I had to take everything else, swept my behind off again that day, taking everything off the porch and out of the screened-in porch so that it could be done. And then I put it all back in Saturday, but I didn't, I took the rug out into the driveway and scrubbed it with a scrub brush and let it dry. And so brought that into the garage on Sunday night, I don't know. And then I think it was Sunday night. And then I just haven't had a chance since then to put everything back together. So I was out there doing that. All right, so that part is done. I'm gonna cut, I think what I'm gonna do is put our bird line right here. I just did that so that I don't smear by accident, you know, touch the wet. So we are going to put a little bit of bird on here. But before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and plug in my heat press. I have a off-brand, it's not the Cricut, but it has worked well for me for years and years and years. I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in and let it start heating up. So bear with me just a second. That way, when we're ready, I'll let that go ahead and start heating up. That way, when we're ready, we'll be able to heat press it, and then I'll be able to show you the whole thing. Now, I do also have a YouTube channel, and I have Pinterest. So I do have lots of videos on my page. I have not been doing lives as much this year. I felt called away from that. I think we're going to put, so I only come on usually every once in a while. I'm not going to say never. I'm not going to say never. I do videos on there. I have videos on there for sure. But I don't do lives that often. I mainly do them with Christy. I think I'm going to put this kind of up here. Guys, I need your help. I need to know, do you think I should put one bird or two? Because that's going to kind of determine where I'm putting it. I'm thinking, can you guys see? Oh, let me turn it back down again. Sorry. I'm thinking I'm going to put the line here, and I'm hoping, you know what, I need to put my little glasses on, y'all, to see better. I'm thinking that I'm going to put it there, and then, okay, where do my birdies go? I have these little birdies. So do you guys think I should put one here and one here, or should I just put one here? What do you guys think? Let me know in comments what you guys think. I have a delay on my iPad. Let's see. There we go. I want to make sure I can see it. Comments. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing, oh, my comments are not refreshed on my iPad. That's so weird. That's so weird. What do you guys think? One bird or two? Uh-oh. Am I on still? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, hi, Capri. Thank you. Oh, your live oats? Oh, yes. Girl, they are a mess. I hate those things. Okay, let's see. I know I've probably missed some comments, and I apologize, y'all. I'll go back. You think two talking to each other, Capri? One bird. Okay, I'm getting a couple different. But thankfully, all the pollen is done. We have pines, so that's our biggest problem near us. So I've got one vote for two talking to each other and one vote for one bird. What do y'all think? What y'all think? This is what they look like. Because I could put them over. I feel like if I put two, I think I need to stay on this side because it's just, it would feel, the Y goes down too low for some reason, I think. So I need to put it over here, but do I put one or do I put two? See, that's why I dried it. One or two. Can you all imagine? That one's a bigger bird. I might put, if I put two, I'm going to do this one and this one, I think. All right, guys, I need to know, what do you think? Man, I think my comments are like, doing something weird because they're not showing it. Oh, what does it say again? It says, what if I fall? Oh, but my darling, what if you fly? Christy says two. Two. All right, I'm getting more votes for two. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you for voting, Ruth. Thank you for voting, Ruth. Okay, so I think This is what we're going to do. And I think, oh, I don't know. You know what I should have said is, guys, let me see. You know what? Let me pull this over a little bit because I can move the line wherever I want. So you thinking it's like one of them asking, what if I fall? And then the other one saying, oh, but my darling, what if you fly? Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll do that. And then I think that one's littler. Let's see, maybe that is the same size. I'm probably saying that in the exact same size. All right, so we're going to put this line down right quick. I should have just done that while I was waiting for y'all. Y'all, I am out of practice. I'm out of practice. And I just got ink on the back of my thing. I'm out of practice. You'll have to hang with me, y'all. Forgive me. I am just... Ooh, girl, that is not good. I sprayed water and didn't stir it. I'm not sweating it. I'm not sweating it. This is handmade. Handmade does not have to be perfect. It's not supposed to look like it came off the assembly line. It's supposed to look unique. So I'm not going to sweat that, y'all. I am a perfectionist by nature, but when it comes to my creativity, I'm just trying and trying and trying over the years to let things go. Like to say, no, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just take the first step. Just do it. So I've got 2 of my hummingbird feeders out. I always have a regular bird feeder out, but I have 2 of my hummingbird feeders out, and I have not seen my little friends. And I know they're here in North Carolina because I've heard other people say it. So I don't know what's keeping them. I so wish that I had seen them because they're my favorite. I absolutely love them. So I'm a big bird fan as well. I have my bird feeders and stuff. And we have a pond. See what I mean? We have a pond right out back. So we get blue herons and we get cormorants and we get sandpipers and we get, oh look, that ran. That's okay, y'all. We're going to let it go, okay? We're not going to stress. I believe I could take some alcohol to that and fix it, but I'm just going to let it go. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to worry about it. I could put a bird over there if I wanted. I should know better about what I did. I should have known better. That's my fault. Okay, we're going to dry this right quick. Once I dry it, I won't be able to, once I heat press it, I won't be able to do it, but would that bother you guys? Tell me. Would it bother y'all? Hey, Angela. Thanks, Celeste, for the feedback. Yeah, it's weird on, okay, I don't know. It's weird on my iPad. Oh, okay, I could put a bird over that spot, but I don't know, girl. So I put 3 birds on. I could do 3 birds to cover it up. Put 2 over here and 1 here. All right, I'm just drying that because I'm going to put something else over top of it. I'm putting the birds over top of it. Once I heat set it, I wouldn't be able to take alcohol to that to clean it up, but let's see here. So we're going to pretend they're sitting on the wire. I could do the birds in another color, but I'm not. And that's usually what I would do. Hey there, Rose. How are you? Not Rose. It's not Rose. Oh my gosh. Rose. I just read Rose House Crafts. And if I put this in that one more time, my goodness sake. That's not, I know that's not your name. And I just drew a blank. Is it Jenny? Oh my gosh. I just drew a blank. Rose House Crafts. I know exactly. I see your face. Forgive me. I cannot think. You're good with 3 birds? 3 birds. Like the shirt. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. That's true. Well, actually, the shirt I think has 4. Now that you say that, I didn't even think about that. That's a good point. That was a good point. Ruth? My mother-in-law's name was Ruth. It's one of my favorite books of the Bible. Okay. Okay, you guys, I gotta pick up the pace here because I want you to see as much of this as possible. Now, I will tell you that I'm one of those, I'm not a fast crafter, and if by chance I don't finish it, I will record what else I do and post it afterwards on my page if I don't get it all finished. So this is just a piece of fabric that's like a, you know, fat quarter that I've had. I didn't have to buy anything this time. The shirt that I'm going to be putting this on is something that is thrifted. So that's how it's a reuse, because I love to thrift. So here's our 2 birds. And so what are we saying? We think 3? 3 would be better. Okay. 3 would be better. Jenny, I was right. Woohoo. How about that? Sometimes my brain cooperates and sometimes it doesn't. Anybody else have that same issue? Maybe if you're around my age, you do. Okay, so like I said, I'm not going to fret if it doesn't cover it like all of my little boo-boo. But we'll see if we can take care of some of it. How about that? Why not? If 2 birds are good, 3's better, right? I'm excited I got her name right. Y'all, names are important to me, but a lot of times, unless I write it, it's very important to me. I like to make sure I know someone's name, but if I don't write it, sometimes it doesn't stick. So I'm excited that I remembered. That means I'm having a good day. Okay. Okay, so this is permanent ink. If you just hopped on, welcome. My name is Susan. So excited to have you here in the craft room. I am of a firm belief that it's much more fun to craft with friends. What do you think? Hey, girl. Hey, Linda. I don't know what you're saying. I do. I don't even know what I said that you might have said I do. Okay. Here we go. There we go. All right, now I need to spray water on these transfers that are sitting over here so that they don't get ruined. Because I'll wash them after I get off my lap. Okay, we're going to dry these right quick. Let me get my little blow dryer out. Now I'm done with my ink, so I put the lid on that because you don't want to let it be exposed to the air, because then it can dry out some. So if you ever have to add water to your ink, chalk paste, your regular acrylic paint, chalk paint, any of that stuff, oh my goodness. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, Capri. Memory issues. Okay, Linda. See, I get you now. I know, girl. I know. The struggle's real. Just add distilled water to those things if you ever have to add water, y'all. Okay, it has to be completely dry. I have it on my little mat, but if you want to take it off so that the air can kind of flow through, you can do that too. Now, I only have until 3:15 to finish Eastern time, so I'm hoping I'm going to get this done, Lord willing. I'll get most of it done. I may not get the fat it attached because I got to cut it out and I'm going to heat press it, and then I'll show you the rest. Hey, Cindy, where are you watching from, my friend? Where are you watching from? I wish the comments on my iPad would update because I'm having a hard time seeing them all on my phone. So if your ink is completely dry, then it's ready to heat press. And you can do it, set your temperature at whatever the fabric is. Most heat presses come with, yes, I will. I absolutely will, Capri. Thank you for asking. Depending on, most of them come with a little guide. But if you don't have a heat press, you can still do this, you guys. You can just do an iron with no water in it. Like, make sure it's not got any water in it for steam, okay? And then, let it dry, come on. Steam, no steam, so completely dry iron, and then put it on the setting that worked for your material. You know, I'm assuming this is cotton. And then you would do it for 4 minutes. You would use, we're going to use a piece of parchment paper, or you can also use one of those Teflon kind of little sheets that you get with your heat press. You can use one of those. So all done. All right, set that up. I'm just going to grab a piece of parchment paper because that's what I have down here right now. Parchment paper, always, okay? It is a hair dryer. That is just a hair dryer. You don't need probably a heat tool because that would be overkill, but just a hair dryer. Not just like a warm air thing like I use sometimes. That was actually like a little mini blow dryer. I got that at a thrift store. See, speaking of thrifting and upcycle, that is from a thrift store. It was one of those old, you could, you know, travel ones. And I thought that can go in my craft room. Okay, so now this is all ready. I'm just putting my little mat right up under it to protect it. And then my piece of parchment paper, I thought I had in my hands. Obviously, when you use these, you lay it over top of what you're doing. Okay, and really, it went off. All right, so I need to wait a minute. See if it gets up to that. I have mine set at, it went off. I don't know why it went off. I guess it did tell me, it was beeping at me and I wasn't paying attention. All right, guys, I got 5 more minutes. 5 minutes. Okay, so I have it set at 300. You could do whatever you feel is necessary. Actually, I think I have it set at 315, but I'm running out of time, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. And then it's for 30 seconds. So I just place it right on where I'm. If you're using an iron, you're just moving it. You can move it around. So yeah. So we're just going to we're going to heat set it all the way. I'm not going to do the back side of it. You could. I don't think I'll need to. You could do the back side if you're just, you know, just really. But once I have this heat set, y'all, and it's permanent ink, then I can just throw it in the washer like anything. You don't have to do anything else special to it. You don't have to worry about it peeling off. Oh, sorry, my dog, one of my newer dog that we got in December, she's just a little over a year old, and anytime she hears a beep, I've done this several times, she barks when she hears the beep. She barks at everything. She barks at the crows out back, any of the birds she sees on the pond, you know, anything unusual she barks at. She's so funny. So she hears that beep all the way in here, and she's like, I'm in the craft room and she's out in the living room. So she's barking at the beep. She's so funny. She is so funny. Okay, so it should be heat set. Ooh, see that? Okay, so now it's permanent. And now all I'm gonna need to do is, thing back over. I will just go ahead and get my, sorry. Okay. Oh, it won't fade. It won't fade. Thanks for asking, Michelle, but it won't fade. It's permanent ink, so it will not fade. And you, yes, she does bark it. So, Linda, you're not allowed to move and change your room. Linda is one of my friends that lives in North Carolina, and she comes to visit, and Luna barks at her when she leaves, you know, comes out of one room into another or something. She's so funny. It's like she's forgotten she's here. She's a doodle. She's a golden doodle, and I call her my little doodle bop. And I just feel like, you know, she's super smart, but she's just maybe a tiny bit, you know, a tiny bit airheaded. Maybe just a tiny bit. I'm going to try, y'all. I'm going to try to cut this straight. So let me pay attention here for a minute. I do have fabric scissors. I don't know about you guys, but I have different scissors for different purposes. However, I'm going to say, I'm going to do my best. Look, I'm already going to come close to that tail to cut it straight. But if I don't, I'm not going to stress over it. And I may actually even try to fray some of the end of it. Thank you, Capri. I think so too. It's just such a, you know, what a positive thing. I mean, isn't that perfect for graduation time? This would be a perfect thing to use for making something for graduation. And the cool thing with these transfer stencils is you can use them for anything. Anything you can imagine, you can use them for. The only thing you can't do is use paint with them. You can use etching cream, you can use wood burning cream, you can use, so here we go, wood burning cream, you can use ink, you can use chalk paste. All right, so that's parts done. I'm going to show you back again. I'm going to pull the shirt back and show you what's going to end up happening. I apologize, you guys. I thought I could maybe get it done. I am almost, my pleasure, Christy. Thanks for letting me be on. This is the shirt that I thrifted. Okay, it's a blouse. I am going to put this right on the back, right here. Okay. Now it doesn't have a pocket on the front, but if it did, I could even put something on the front, but I don't think I will. So I'm just going to put this here, and it's just going to be something just super different and unique. And I think it's fun. So if you haven't seen these kind of things before, it's very popular to upcycle clothing. So this is my version of upcycling clothing. I hope you guys like this idea. Give me some hearts if you like that idea. Thank you for joining me in the craft room. That was the best part, was having you guys come craft with me. I am ready to adhere it to the back of the shirt that I found, and I just thought I would bring you guys along for it. So I'm going to go ahead and point you down, and then you can see what's happening. And if, of course, if you have any questions, make sure you ask. But did that not turn out super cute? I love it, and I love how it really pops off of the blue. So I think that's going to look really nice. So this shirt, as I mentioned, I thrifted this, and then I just created this little thing to go on it. Now I cut it pretty. I mean, it's not exactly straight, but you know, I think it's going to be close enough. That once it's on here, and if someone's wearing it, because this is for resale, this isn't for me, that I don't think you're going to really be able to tell if it's not exactly straight. And then I'm also going to do one more thing. I'm going to take you along for that and show you. So hang on, I could tell it needed just maybe a tiny bit more. I always find this harder. I mean, I could have taken a ruler and like a piece of chalk or something and drawn the line I needed to cut, but you all know me, I am an eyeballer, so we're just gonna roll with it. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine, and it's gonna be unique. There won't be another one on the whole entire planet like it, so that's what I love unique projects. Okay, I like to buy them and I like to make them. Okay, so what I've done with the shirt, like I said, it's wrinkled. I didn't even iron it or anything. But what I did was I went ahead and put it on the ink mat that I used for my earlier project, because it's sticky. So I could go ahead and get it to kind of smooth out some of the wrinkles, but then also hold it in place while I'm doing the next step of the project. So I do want to get that out. So what I decided was, I know this is it's a little bit tricky with this little, I think it's called a gusset, I think is what my friend said. I am going to put this right over top of it, but what I'm going to do first, I saw it on one side, I could do it, is I am going to take a little bit of the thread out and try to kind of like, ooh, that one's like really bad. You guys, it's not until you try to really take your time to slow down. It's different when you're on a live, you know, you're kind of trying to take in a lot of things at once. So when you slow down and you just got you and your project, you can see maybe where you need to add a little bit more TLC. So I just need to trim that one up some more. And I'm trying to make sure there's not other stuff under it. Anyway, okay, let's see. What I was trying to do was take some of this little bit of, we're having a storm here. I keep getting notices that there's lightning. Just a little bit of it to give it a little bit of, let's see if you can see the fringe. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see it, y'all. It's okay. You know what I'm talking about, right? I'm just taking a little bit of it to make, I don't want to do a ton. I don't want to keep unraveling it, obviously, but I thought maybe just a tiny bit of fringe might be fun. So we're going to do that where it will let me. And let's see, I don't know if I can get a hold of any over here. Let's see if there's any here that I can, you know, sometimes it works really well and sometimes it doesn't. So I don't know, we'll see. Okay, that one let me get a little bit, just because I want it to kind of look irregular. I don't want it to be, I think that'll help with it being, you know, whether it's super noticeable that it's maybe not straight. And I'm sure that as this gets washed that it's going to do that anyway on the edges. Now, we are just going to use some, this is what I have. I don't have Fabri-Tac, but I have this, and it has always worked completely well for me. I have done this with several different types of shirts, flannels in the winter, and I have had no problem with it. So this is what I am going to use to adhere it. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, you know what, I'm kind of worried it's going to seep through a little bit. So let me see, what can I use? Let me grab like a little piece of cardboard to put under it, just in case it wants to try to grab, like seep through. And we'll just go ahead and put some glue. I just do the edges, you guys. I don't generally do the middle. I usually just do it around the edges. Trying to decide if I think I need to do it in the middle. I feel like I don't, because I have that gusset there, so I don't want it to, and I'm generous with the glue because I do want it to hold well. And if it comes past where my you know, where the edges are, that I think it will be clear when it goes on. So I'm just going to come in a little bit more to give it a very significant border to hold it on the fabric. And this is washable, so you'll be able to put that in there. The ink's permanent. Yeah, I just don't know if I want to do anything on the inside. I think I'm just going to leave it like that, you guys. I mean, you could go back and forth across the whole thing, but I don't think I want to do that. And now where's my lid? It has blended in. Here we go. I love the fabric glue because it, you know, you have time to play with. So I want to try to get this straight. Oh, let's see if I can make sure y'all can see it. I want to try to get this seam straight so that however I'm placing it on there, that it's, you know, going to be in the right place, because once it's there, it's there. And then what I'll do is, since I've already heat set the ink, it's ready to go. I don't have to do anything else to that. I'm going to leave this gusset in here. This is the tricky part, just getting the shirt adjusted where I want it before I add. I had looked through my stash and found some ribbon, and I thought I might use that as a border, but I put it up against it and I don't think I like how it looks. So I don't think I'm going to do it. I think I'm just going to leave the raw edge. But you could, if you had some kind of trim. I'll show you what I mean when I get, once I've adhered this. This part should not take long. Okay. Once I get it straight, once I get it adjusted. And again, it's not like anybody's going to be coming to measure this, but it's just like a cool look. It's a cool look. A little something different. Oh, got it upside down. Okay. I'm just going to take this, and I'm eyeballing. Again, you guys, I am not trying to measure. I do want to try to have it kind of in the middle. I did make sure I had like the same amount here and here, but we're going to play with this just a little bit to make sure. We can check it. I don't know. I'm like, should I check it or should I leave it? Let's see. So it is a little bit over 7 inches. So what that means is that about there would be middle. And let's just see where our gusset is. Ooh, that's pretty close. We're pretty close, you guys. I feel like I should at least try to have the middle in the... Now you will also notice with this kind of fabric, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's just cotton, that the you'll see the glue will come through. And it's okay, because once it's dry, you won't have a problem. I'm trying to line it at least on that seam as my point of reference there. And then once I have that, I'm just going to kind of smooth it down the middle so it goes over that gusset. Because I don't think, and see, it moved it a little bit, but I'm okay. I'm okay. It's going to be fine. I think it's going to be fine. Smooth it down some, because I feel like if I tried to do anything else with that gusset, that it would not lay right. You know, I don't want to pull the gusset out or anything like that. So I want it to be laying straight on here. Okay. So I did not put on Do Not Disturb. Now, here's the one thing I am going to try to do. So if you can see down here, this is the first time usually I do a flannel. This is the first time I've ever done one where I have this kind of situation going on. So I am going to add more fabric glue here so it will hold on to it. And, you know, you can always check it once it's dry and see if there's any other areas that look like they need a little bit more. But I'm just going to lift this up here and make sure I kind of give it a nice healthy dose of fabric glue to hold it. too much. Don't want wrinkles. And then once you get it the way you want it, leave it alone. Okay? So, I got it all over my fingers. Just kind of rub it in. All right, so this is my finished project. Let's see, how long does it say? I usually let it sit overnight. It says let dry 24 hours. It'll set in about 3 to 5 minutes. And then let it dry 24 hours. 7 to 10 days before washing, and put it inside out, is what it says. So there we go. That's what we got. And like I said, I have done this on other ones, flannels, but I think it turned out really fun. What do you guys think? I just still cannot believe that I found the exact shirt that I needed for the project. And of course that dictated all the rest of the colors. But anyway, thanks so much for letting me share this idea with you guys. Thanks for coming into the craft room with me. Okay, before I finish up, I wanted to show you. So this was the ribbon that I had that I considered using with this because it's very, very similar colors. It's not exactly the same colors, but it's very similar. So I just wanted to show you, if you wanted, you could even adhere this around the edges. You know, I'd probably miter the corners, cut them on an angle, and then kind of make it almost like a frame. If you wanted to do that, you could do that. I've decided against it, but it would certainly be a fun idea. If I had, I'll tell you what I would love to find. And who knows, maybe I'll look the next time I go. I'm not going to go searching for it specifically, but if I had some little fringe, oh my gosh, how fun would that be? If I had like some blue and white fringe, I could attach it right down here, and then it would give that a little bit more, even more texture. So anyway, I hope you love that idea. Thanks for joining me in the craft room. It's always fun, more fun to craft with friends. I love it when you guys join me. So until I see you next time, I hope that you'll be safe, you'll be healthy, you'll be blessed, and I hope that you'll be so inspired. Bye guys.